Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, the content for tonight's episode, we have got to talk about something crucially important. Because any time that a sitting president gets up and says all of these things that will be infringements against constitutional rights, and then lies about them, and then the press actually calls him out on it, it's something we got to cover. Now, everything that I'm about to show you is going to be linked in the description box below for your review, and send this to everyone that you can think of that would benefit for this, because there's a reason why he would lie. It's important. Here's a why. Always look for that why. That's what we're doing on this channel. We need as many people as we possibly can to get in the subscription list so we can get this information out quickly, because this fight is ever evolving, and the faster we get information to you, the faster we can take action together to pass the blessing of the Second Amendment along to the next generation. Let me know what you guys think of this video. Everything's, like I said, is in the description box, and I want to hear from you guys. But let's dive into yours truly, what I said on Thursday in my response video to Biden's speech around all the gun control that we should do. Okay? This is what I said, and then I'm going to show you how the press must have watched it and did a piece on it. Check this out. And that CDC and study and the gun controllers are not going to tell you is everything in that study covers from 0 all the way up to about 21 years of age. That's what they're calling kids. And interestingly enough, in that CDC study, it shows that a majority of the homicides came from the 18 to the 21-year-old demographic. But that's what makes kids suffering from gunshots more than from cars. Man, I threw a lot of air quotes on that one. Anyway, someone at NBC must have been watching. Again, this is NBC. This is not a gun-friendly, gun rights-friendly organization. Check out this piece, linked in the description box. This is why you need to send this out, because ask yourself this question. Why would someone, either a gun controller or a sitting president or any politician, why would they misrepresent the truth if it was not justifiable through fact? Ask yourself that, and then I'm going to show you what NBC came up with. President Biden claims more kids are dying of guns than cars. That's not the whole story. Skirt. Okay. The gap between vehicular deaths and firearm deaths is certainly narrowing, but the leading cause of death among U.S. youth depends on how you slice the data. You mean a politician would lie through statistics and a gun control group would lie through statistics? Because this piece, this whole CDC journal piece that they're referencing came out on April 22nd, which we did a video, again, linked in the description box. And then we referenced it again on Thursday. Check this out, because it turns out NBC found the same article. Medical journals and news reports have stated that guns now kill more of America's youth than do motor vehicles. President Joe Biden repeated that claim during his speech Thursday night. But a closer look at the data shows that while gun deaths are close in number to vehicular deaths, much depends on how the numbers are sliced. Well, tell me more, NBC editor. While gun and motor vehicle deaths increased substantially in 2020, the latest year for which final numbers were available, claims that more children and teenagers die due to guns than motor vehicles only hold up when 18 to 19-year-olds are included, a group that accounts for nearly as many gun deaths as 1 to 17-year-olds combined. Interesting. So, again, this is per NBC. This is going off of the article that we've cited and we did another video on this channel. So you're saying that 18 to 19-year-olds in homicide situations had as much harm as all 1 to 17? Well, that seems like a misrepresented data in order to take your gun rights, doesn't it? It does. That's why I get a little amped, because these people are lying. And when they are misrepresenting the truth in this fashion, ask yourself why they would do it, and you get to a very interesting place. But let's keep going. I've got graphs. This right here is a graph of the death of children all the way through 84-year-olds from gun deaths in 2020. This is per the CDC if you're looking for the source. As you can see, 0 all the way to 15 is almost not even represented. You get into the teenage years, you start spiking up, you go 18 to 21, and you peak. Does that really look like all of a sudden more gun deaths have been inflicted upon children than car accidents? Or does it sound like teenagers who are breaking the law in very difficult and bad situations are impacting each other? Well, the sitting president of the United States and Democratic congressmen, senators, and gun control groups all reference this, and they lead with that misleading fact. What does that tell you? Let's keep going, because I've got more. Certain media reports the president and other politicians skip mentioning teenagers or adolescents altogether and cast the gun deaths surpassing car deaths as a sole issue affecting children. While firearm deaths among children ages 1 to 17 increased 29% from 2019 to 2020, motor vehicle deaths increased 10% and remained the leading cause of death in that age group. Well, that kind of contradicts what everyone is saying on this push. And this is really, really important because the sooner and the faster we get this information out, which is why we're constantly putting videos out every morning at 11 Eastern Time, every evening at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, to counter the lies and the misinformation that you're getting from these people. It's incredibly important. And one other thing they threw in this article, which I thought was interesting, gun homicides reached a historic high in 2020, but these killings were not evenly distributed. According to Davis, firearm homicides increased the most among black women. And the reason that I threw that in there is because it's interesting that the same group who had the highest impact on homicide rates is also the same group who is buying guns at an unprecedented margin. There's a direct correlation through an entire realm here, but everyone just picks and chooses and says, look how bad this is. Don't look at the data. Look what I'm telling you. Because they are misrepresenting the truth and they're misleading you. Again, I ask you, why? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you tomorrow morning on the Bullet Points where we continue this fight for our rights. See you then.